In 1976, in the small town of Circleville, Ohio, a school bus driver named Mary Gillispie started getting letters. Anonymous. Typed. And they knew things about her life that a stranger shouldn't have known. The letters accused her of having an affair with the local school superintendent, Gordon Massey. Then, her husband, Ron, started getting them too. The same accusations, mailed straight to his house. Whoever was writing them wasn't guessing. They were watching. Ron Gillispie decided he'd had enough. On the evening of August 19, 1977, the phone rang at the Gillispie house. Ron answered it, and whatever he heard sent him storming out to his truck with a loaded .22 revolver, telling his daughter he was going to confront the letter writer himself. 50 minutes later, Ron Gillispie was dead. His truck had gone off the road and hit a tree. The coroner ruled it an accident, but his gun had been fired once, and no one could explain why or at what. Even after Ron's death, the letters kept coming. For years, Mary lived under a slow, grinding campaign of harassment. Letters, then hand-painted signs along her school bus route, all accusing her of the same affair. Then, in February 1983, Mary spotted a new sign posted near her route. When she stopped to tear it down, she found something wired behind it. A loaded pistol, rigged to fire the moment the sign was disturbed. It had misfired. That malfunction is very likely the only reason Mary Gillispie is not another name on this case's body count. The gun, though, gave investigators their first real break. Ohio's Bureau of Criminal Investigation traced its serial number back to its owner, a man named Paul Freshour, Mary's own brother-in-law, Ron's sister's husband. Freshour had spent years insisting Ron's death wasn't an accident. He'd pushed police to reopen the case. Now he was the prime suspect in an attempted murder. It got stranger. Freshour's estranged wife told investigators that he was the one who had been writing the letters all along, that she'd found them hidden throughout their house during their divorce. Freshour denied it. He was never formally charged with writing the letters themselves, only with the booby trap. But at trial, the judge allowed 39 of the anonymous letters in as evidence, and handwriting analysis was used to link his writing to theirs. In 1983, Paul Freshour was convicted of attempted murder. He was sentenced to prison. Case closed, everyone assumed. Except the letters didn't stop. They kept arriving in Circleville mailboxes for years, while Freshour was sitting in a cell, not permitted so much as a pen or a sheet of paper. He even received one himself, taunting him, telling him he'd never get out. He served 10 years. He was released on parole in 1994. And that same year, after 18 years of anonymous letters reaching hundreds of residents across Circleville, Ohio, they stopped. Completely. For good. That timing is the single strongest piece of evidence that Paul Freshour really was behind it, from the very beginning. But it isn't proof. Some investigators who dug deeper into the case years later came to believe there wasn't one letter writer at all, but several, working independently, each with their own reasons to torment the same handful of people. A jilted admirer, a vengeful relative, rumors that refused to die in a town too small to forget. Paul Freshour spent the rest of his life maintaining his innocence. He died in 2012, having never been formally charged with writing a single one of the letters that destroyed his life. Still, by his own account, as much in the dark about who the real author was as everyone else in Circleville. Whoever set that gun behind a road sign in 1983 knew exactly what they were doing. Whoever wrote hundreds of letters over 18 years knew things about their neighbors they were never supposed to know. And to this day, no one has ever been able to prove beyond doubt who that person actually was. If cases like this stay with you the way they stay with us, subscribe. We cover one of these every week. And if you have a theory about who was really behind the Circleville Letters, drop it in the comments. Sometimes, the answer really does start there.